Okay, welcome back. Time is catching up on us. Sharon, I want to ask you, in the business that you're in, it's primarily beauty and beautifying women. Are they still spending money on themselves, given the difficult economic situation we're in?
Very much so, particularly for problem skins like rosacea, acne,
okay,
pigmentation.
Speak English to me. Rosacea, what the hell is that?
Well, for example, some women have this really red complexion on their cheeks, you know, and it can be accompanied occasionally with a rash, like a little, you can get a few pimples with it, or maybe some dry areas.
How do you get rid of it?
Well, there's no cure, but you can have laser treatment done, and that can control it for a certain period of time, where and then down the line you might need another maintenance session. And some skincare, some anti-inflammatory skincare. I mean, we have really great skincare at the moment. The innovative skincare range from isClinical are superb for rosacea. And
how much does it cost? How much would a pot of this cream cost me if I went into your place?
Certainly, in the current climate, we're giving really good value for laser treatments now.
Okay, you haven't given me a price. Give me a price.
Well, for laser treatment, a typical 30-minute session would cost you about €150. However, usually most clients need about 3.
You're kidding me, €150?
Well, I had a client from Athenry yesterday who travelled 3 hours up to me. He was on his second session for rosacea. He hardly needed a treatment. That was it. I probably won't see him for another 2 or 3 years.
That's the interesting thing. You said lots more men are going in and out to,
you know, I mean,
getting rid of the whiskey nose and the broken
it used to be only about
veins.
30% men. I could even say nearly pushing the 50%, because it's more problem skin we're dealing with, and certainly that's recession-proof for sure.
And what's the big problem with men? Is it the whiskey nose and
a
the
bit
veins?
of everything. I mean, you have the acne.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do, yeah. But can you actually get rid of a whiskey nose?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. You know, the only people that we might not get results with are those that aren't addressing the triggers. There are usually 2 or 3 triggers that might cause, for example, rosacea, or contribute to it. And if somebody isn't helping us get the results and not address the triggers and remove as much as possible the triggers...
What's your biggest seller?
It's a hard one to say, because it's a whole mixture. I mean, anti-aging is huge.
But do they really work in anti-aging cream?
Not a cream, but I mean, certainly in combination with laser. And certainly the cosmeceutical products now are more potent and more results-oriented, because they can penetrate deeper and they're more concentrated.
Mel, do you buy into all of this?
I do. I think that creams will only do a certain amount, because if you don't need a prescription for it, it means anyone can lash on whatever, so it's not going to penetrate through, you know, your skin in order to get to the cells. But I do think some lasers, you know, Fraxel laser, for example, it sort of basically traumatizes your skin into making more collagen, and I think that definitely works. And I think, I don't know from your business, but from what I'm hearing is a lot of women are not going to let the recession destroy their anti-aging mission.
Everyone wants to look
They
good.
may space out time between appointments, but they'll still make sure they get their appointments for their preferred treatments.
I think women are spending less money on clothes, but still spending the same amount on skincare and makeup. You know.
And as you say, the fractionated lasers like Fraxel, I mean, certainly Fraxel, you need many treatments to get results, but it's still a good system. You'd need at least 4 to 6 to get a decent result. I mean, we have a fractionated laser that will ablate 100% of the skin, as opposed to Fraxel 20%. So you can get results in 1 to 2 goes nowadays. I mean, they're moving on all the time now, you know.
Oh, Mel, what's in the mag?
Well, I'm clearly not in it this week.
I'm sure it next month, so it's all right.
Just on that, Mel, everyone goes to the social pictures first at the back of the magazine. It's incredible.
Yeah, no, well, Miranda's Diary was one of the first things in Image 35 years ago, and we've sort of kept on with it. And the pictures you see in Image are exclusively in Image. The events are only covered in Image. So
is Image going 35 years?
Nearly 35 years now. I know. It's a big success story.
Fantastic.
Louis,
Big seller for you. Are people still shelling out the big bucks?
Yeah, I mean,
for
I think
suits?
I think when things are tough, I mean, like, and I've said this repeatedly all the time, every time we come on the program, you have to look the part. I mean, if you don't look the part, you're not going to get ahead. So I think people are starting to dress up now. I mean, the day of kind of dress down Friday is gone. I think people are dressing
do the
up.
wives and the girlfriends go in with the boyfriends and the fathers? Because I know my own mother wouldn't dream of letting my father off to buy a suit without her there.
I love when the wives and girlfriends come in, because at least this decision is made. They make them buy more. They make them buy more colourful clothes. They make them like the lady. They get the handbag and the shoes. If a fella came in on his own, he'd only buy a suit. But if the other,
so it's good business to have a woman.
If the other side comes in, and then the decision's made. He's not going home and say, "Do you like that?" And she's going to say, "No, I don't like it." But if she goes in with him, she'll say, and go for the short and go for the 2 toys. And
listen, we've got to just say, Sharon, we'll have your website on our website, or details of where you are. We just got to take a look at what's coming up in Exposé in a few minutes.